And now, here are your hosts of the best wrestling podcast you ever heard, the Lingus Show, Fausty Walnuts and Kev Manning.
Oh, I forgot the bit already.
I can't even believe.
You got to remind me on these things.
I was looking and I was like, oh, he got the clap over it. I'm like, I'm going to cut it down fast so the next time we do this show, it's here's your Cav Man. And that's all it's going to be. Just introduce me, goddammit. Spotlight on me. Thank you.
I completely forgot until like right when it ended. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm supposed to hit the button over here.
Jesus Christ.
In a row?
It's a cooperation over here. Oh, welcome to Dynamite, kids. We are a day past our turkey slumber. We were both actually going to do the show, and we both fell asleep from tryptophan. So we didn't do that. We'll use that as excuse instead of saying we just said, no, we will be doing it on Friday. Thank you very much.
That or I didn't watch the show until late last night.
I was able to do it. I was at home. So I'm like, hey, whenever you get home, I don't give a shit. I'm home. So we are giving you your Dynamite because earlier there was our rundown from the pay-per-view already that has been posted on patreon.com/Lingus Mafia. That is where you get your pay-per-views, if we want to call them that, exclusively over there, as well as your 37 days of Lingus, which is today, Faust, the final
37.
Day 37 aired today, and it's tomorrow is the new Survivor Series, so maybe we will actually be doing Survivor Series tomorrow, depending if you're home or not.
Probably not.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Where are you going?
I gotta spend the day with the family. It's been a while. I haven't spent I think the last 3 Saturdays. Like, what are we doing this Saturday? I'm like, well, I got wrestling to watch.
Oh, where are you going somewhere?
I think we're gonna go to San Francisco. We have a membership at the Exploratorium, and we haven't been there in a few months, so we need to take advantage. Got some new exhibit we're gonna check out.
How much? What do you got to pay a year for that?
Yeah, it was actually a Christmas present last year from my mother.
I'm like, that ain't close to fucking constantly go to.
Yeah, I've been twice. Yeah, you kind of got to go. Like,
how often are you going? Really? Yeah.
But first time he's been twice. You know, it was just us. But then the last time he took one of his friends. So
your son.
Yes, and we're gonna invite. I think he was gonna invite another one of his friends to go because the membership is a family membership. 2 adults, 2 kids. We only have 1 kid, so yeah, bring a friend.
It's funny because as today the Bears fire their head coach, and our whole family text was talking. You know, my aunt brings it up, and I said, "Thank you." Now, right? Rightfully so. And I said, yeah, I'm actually going to the game next week, which is fucking interesting now because all bets are off. You don't know what the hell's gonna. It's like always those games you don't want to fucking bet on. Nothing. You don't know if it could be a disaster or be great. Whatever.
Especially the way the Niners are playing, it's almost like the last game. I feel like, man, these guys are giving up. I feel like no heart. We'll see how they look this weekend. I don't know. Because
this weekend could be like a real beating.
It
could be bad. And then you go, well, Chicago's like now feels upbeat. Like, fuck, we got rid of the problem. And they like this other guy. And then, but does San Francisco go, if we're getting back into it, this is the game we get back in and start a winning streak. Because what the fuck? This is a wounded animal we have. But you don't know. Like you said, if they're like, whatever, you know, or if they take them lightly going, we saw what the fuck they do. And you go, well, different. So who knows? But I said,
But then when you look at all the Bears losses, you're like, well, they should have won all those. So you got to look at it that way.
Record, it's wild. Like with a real coach, they'd be completely in this playoff hunt and fucking go. You'd be like, well, way to go, coach.
Who's taking over the reins?
Roman. Roman Reigns. Thank you. The guy who, this guy, talk about thrust into some shit. The guy who got thrust into the OC position now is thrust into.
Wow.
Yes. And that's how good he is at OC because the team fucking, like, he's very mini Tomlin. He has the same attitude, same boat. He's black as well. And he has the whole same thing to where he did the press conference where he says, yeah, I talk to each of my kids differently. I know I could yell at one of them. If I yell at another one, he takes it a fucking bad way. You got to know how to talk to each person. He goes, and that's how I talk to these guys. I know who. So it's like, oh, you mean you're a fucking coach.
Some players you can yell at and it fires them up. Some players you yell at them, they're going to fucking curl up and be like,
and he's like, I got to always maintain Caleb to fucking tell himself to give himself grace because he's so hard on himself. If he does anything wrong, he wants to kill somebody. And he's like, you can't fucking, not in this game. You're going to always be doing something wrong. So don't worry about it and shit. But so that's the way they're going. But my mother texts me on the side. She goes, you going to Chicago next week? And I go, I'm going to San Jose.
Santa Clara.
Whatever. San Jose. And she's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, they don't only play in Chicago, man. That's the difference. I'll be there. So that'll be an interesting thing. It's always like, fuck, 2 hours something away. You might as well go to Chicago for a fucking game. Anyway, Faust, I think I called something last week on a show.
Did? I think I texted you.
Yes.
Did I text you?
Yes, you did. You go,
oh, yeah, I did. I did because it was on the show rundown ahead of time. And that's how we opened the show.
I said that is unfucking believable because I said, put your fucking house on it. They will get some more fucking time out of this Fakakta video of theirs of November Rain. This time it will be from the pay-per-view. And it started the fucking show with Cold November Rain pay-per-view. I was like, unbelievable. So I started
away, I'm like, do I gotta fast forward 9 minutes again? But then I'm like, wait, this is something else. I had to go back because then it transitioned into like a Continental Cup preview video.
God, Continental Cup. So now it's time for the Fakakta tournament, Faust. That's what we named it.
Yeah,
Fakakta tournament. Cup. Oh God, the title sits on stage. So Drainmaker doesn't even get to wear his fucking title now.
No, though he's champion through the tournament apparently until the end.
Yeah,
I guess so unless it doesn't make it to the semi.
I think even if he's not he's still the champion until it's officially
somebody else wins it.
Which, who cares at that point? What are you going for, records? Whatever. MVP goes to the ring first, and he talks.
By the way, hold on. Who won it last year? Can you remember?
Yes, Eddie.
Oh, that's right.
I remember that one very much.
I had to think about who won it last year, but yeah, that was Eddie's tournament to win.
Yeah, and he won like every fucking title in the world that year.
He won 3 titles. Yeah, who cares about this year? 1 belt. Who cares?
I go, yeah, he had every
triple crown this year.
And then he blew that guy plus others. Fucking his knee out and fucking broken legs and everything in the fight. Faust, he's got to come back 20 pounds heavier. He can't do 0 cardio. I don't know if he was before, nonetheless. But now he's not walking. Like, he can't walk to the fridge. So that's ordering, Grubhub.
12-ounce curls.
Yeah, that might be where he needs to just stop fucking having anything, eating chicken on the couch then. Not fried either. So MVP talks in the ring.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a match because they're like, oh, we got the Blue League match tonight. We got Shelton Benjamin against Mark Briscoe. And I'm like, all right, cool. Here's the match. And they come out. I'm like, oh, it's MVP promo. My bad.
Yeah, talking first and then allows it to be a match. So he gets in there and he says, he has the 2 best in the fucking world when it comes to this business. It's like I'm in between Walter Payton and MJ. I go, Faust, this guy ain't too bad after all. He's not too bad, this MVP.
Okay, I didn't know if you were going to be offended by that or not.
I mean, listen, Shelton Benjamin, calm down. Bobby Lashley, I could just suspend disbelief a little bit.
The crowd liked it because they're like, ooh, I'm like, you think they'd boo, but I guess they really want to cheer MVP.
You want to put Faust, if I had to do that comparison, I would probably, like, if you're doing the newer version, you go Cena Roman. However, probably the real version, you would say Hogan Flair. That's more so if you're saying goats in both fucking, times or whatever the fuck. Shelton versus Briscoe. And I go, didn't Briscoe last year, Faust? How do I have a memory of this tournament? I don't know. He didn't win a match. He lost every single match.
Him and Garcia, right? Or did
Yes.
Garcia get one?
He got one, and it was like against Brody,
It was
right?
Jay Lethal, I think, that went over.
Jay Lethal went over. You're right, and he got the. I think he beat Brody though, is what Garcia did. Like it was one crazy one, and got killed afterwards or something.
Right.
And I go, why is he in this tournament? Then you don't earn this yourself because he was the ROH champion, but he couldn't.